What's up, guys? Welcome back to TheSlamDuncan YouTube channel. This is a video that's happening right after the Bulls game that I'm about to talk about here. No script, not a lot planned. Have one little clip to show you. Just overall, I'm very upset at this Bulls team, but I'm also just very upset at the Bulls Nation right now. I think Bulls Nation is being absolutely stupid and they're out of their mind. Just due to some peoples who think that they know basketball, but they clearly are just they're just hating on certain people and giving other people a pass. But I think no one should get a pass for tonight's performance. But if some people are like, oh no, this person gets a pass or this person should be traded immediately, I'm like, this is an all-out horrible team performance. I haven't even listened to what Billy Donovan has said at the press conference, but forget about all that. We're going to get into this. Make sure you hit that like button if you're new to the channel, especially if you're a Bulls fan. Hit that subscribe button. Welcome back, by the way. I took basically a good week off due to the All-Star break, and now we got Bulls games back. Second half of the season started tonight, and obviously it was an absolute dud. It was a horrible game. I want to immediately just come out and say that there was not a single Bulls player that played defense tonight. Not a single one. I know the Bulls kind of came back at the end of in the second quarter. They tied it up. They didn't. It was close going into halftime, but I thought the entire first half was terrible. I mean, everyone was already going kind of nuts about the first quarter, oh, that was such a bad performance. I'm like, yeah, it was bad in the first quarter, and then the second quarter came around. The Bulls still gave up 34 points. By the way, we gave up 30-plus points in every single quarter tonight. Everyone was like, oh, look, the Bulls came back. Great job. I'm like, no, I still think this is a terrible performance. Go look at my Twitter. I did not think that this Bulls team did a good job in the second quarter at all, even though they came back. What changed is that their threes started going down. And this Bulls team lives and dies by the three-point line, and they hit 8 of 9 at one point in that second quarter alone. Therefore, they were able to get back into the game. But the defense was not getting any better. Not at all. And with the 76ers having no Joel Embiid or no Ben Simmons tonight, this was a terrible game by Bulls players. Every single Bulls player. I don't care about the offensive stats. I mean, we saw that this team could still score, even though the 76ers are a pretty good defensive team. But forget about all that. I don't care about Markkanen going 7 for 7 from three-point range. I'm happy he's back. I'm glad to see he's playing well. But the fact that he went 7 for 7 tonight from three-point range does not matter to me at all tonight. I'm happy he scored, but the fact that he was one of the players, which is the entire team, that did not play defense tonight, that's what I'm looking at tonight. I don't care about Kobe White, having a good shooting night for once. It's been a while since that happened. It's great to see that, but I don't care about that. And to be honest, if Zach LaVine went for 50 tonight, I wouldn't have cared about that either. I really do not care about the offense of this team because we know this team can score. That's been a constant throughout this season. So don't tell me that, hey, Larry hit 23 tonight. He should get a pass. No, he shouldn't. He did not play defense at all tonight. He was atrocious on defense, as the rest of the team was. I saw people tweeting, well, Thaddeus Young's keeping the Bulls in this game. No, he's really not. He's just one of the people scoring, as we saw that multiple players on this Bulls team could score tonight. So it's he's not really helping because he's not playing defensively. By the way, people that are going after Wendell Carter Jr., which a lot of you are, and you know what? I think Wendell criticism is absolutely deserved tonight. He did not play good defense at all. But I don't really care if you're going to be like, Wendell did this, and he's so bad that he should be off the team. I don't want to hear about that at all, because if you're going to criticize Wendell Carter Jr., you should be criticizing this entire team. Go through every single play and criticize each and every one of them for their poor defense tonight. This was a horrible defensive performance by every single player. So if you're going to criticize one, that means you got to be criticizing every player that played tonight. No exceptions. But let's go through this right here. I just want to show you one clip, and this is where I'm like, come on, Bulls fans. Look. First off, before we get to the clip though, the 76ers, they had, it doesn't show here, they had 76 points in the paint tonight, and automatically, I already know what's going through Bulls fans' minds, especially those that don't watch the game. They're like, wow, our big men suck. This is a horrible job by our big men tonight. How dare the big men give up so many points in the paint? That's not what this is about tonight. Really, I think the worst players defensively tonight were the perimeter players tonight. So, first off, the 76ers don't have any real shot creation without Ben Simmons out there on the floor or Joel Embiid, and they don't really have that many ball handlers either to get into the lane, except for really Tobias Harris, right? The other guys on that roster, there's really no other true ball handler on that roster, and they were able to get into the paint easily tonight. And this was just atrocious defense by the perimeter players. There was so much dribble penetration, it felt like every single defensive possession, the 76ers could get into the paint no matter what the Bulls tried, or really lack of trying. But every time it was, 76ers got into the paint, and it was a kick out to a three-point shot, or it was a dunk off to the big man for an easy layup, or it was just the person with the ball in the first place getting an easy layup. There was no resistance. So let me show you this one clip, and if you're going to tell me that this is on Wendell Carter Jr., because I think you're absolutely wrong. The only reason why I'm showing you this specifically is because I don't want any more blame on Wendell Carter Jr. because he's gotten enough blame. He's gotten the blame that he deserves. But what about the other players, man? What about the other perimeter defenders that did not do their job tonight? I haven't seen anybody talk about Lauri Markkanen's defense tonight, and maybe I'm following the wrong people on Twitter, but for God's sake, all I hear is like, wow, Lauri had a great game tonight. No, he didn't. He had a half a great game. He showed up offensively, but not defensively. No one has said a word about how terrible Patrick Williams' defense tonight was on Tobias Harris. I'm going to show you a prime example of this. And I'm just like, yeah, sure, you could blame Wendell Carter Jr. for some plays tonight that were bad. But what about Patrick Williams here? What about Zach LaVine's defense, which was horrible tonight? Kobe White's defense was atrocious. I mean, Thaddeus Young who's supposed to be the guy that's bringing the defense, which a lot of Bulls think that he's such a great defender, which he's a pretty decent defender, but he's not great. He did not play defense tonight. Satoransky came in, did not play defense. Garrett Temple, Otto Porter Jr., guys that are supposed to be defenders didn't bring it either. Let's just show you this play and tell me that this is on Wendell Carter Jr., because by the way, it's not. But this is on just perimeter, like just poor perimeter defense by Patrick Williams. So watch this play. Right here, it's just a simple screen handoff. It's just a little handoff, and it's a screen set by Tony Bradley to Tobias Harris. Now, what a lot of Bulls fans were pissed at Wendell Carter Jr. for early in the season is that he wasn't helping on this type of play right here. He was not helping because he was too afraid of his man getting an easy layup. But when the ball is in front of you, you got to stop the ball first, right? And yes, you were right back then. But does that same logic apply here? Because look, he did his job, right? The Bulls aren't going to come up on this. Why? Because nobody on this team plays rotational defense. So they're not going to have Wendell come up and help, because then it's an easy dunk off to Tony Bradley for an easy layup, unless Markkanen or Satoransky gets involved, which they won't because this Bulls team doesn't rotate, right? So this is proper defense by Wendell Carter Jr. He's helping Patrick Williams because Williams got screened. But look at what Patrick Williams is stuck at right now. Did Tony Bradley set an illegal screen? Maybe. But I don't really care about that right now. His effort to get through that screen was absolutely poor. It was no effort at all. And if you just keep going, look, he's nowhere. Like, Patrick Williams is in no man's land right now. He's not helping no matter what's happening. He's not stopping Tony Bradley, and he's not in front of Tobias Harris. So this isn't on Wendell Carter Jr., right? And to be honest, all the people at the beginning of the season, they should be yelling, hey, Wendell Carter Jr. played this right. Well, all I've been hearing is that Wendell Carter Jr. played poor defense tonight, which, yes, he had moments of poor individual defense, but this right here is not bad defense. This is the right play by Wendell Carter Jr., but this is on Patrick Williams. This is just poor effort by Patrick Williams on the defensive end. What does it lead to? An easy bucket for Tony Bradley, and we all, for some odd reason, are just like, wow, look at all the stuff that Wendell Carter Jr. is just getting dunked on, and like all these numbers that his matchup puts up against him. Like, yeah, that's true. The big men have destroyed the Bulls all season, but maybe it's not just because of one person, right? Maybe it's because the perimeter defenders for this team do not defend their guys that well, leading to dribble penetration, leading to Wendell Carter Jr. helping, which is what all you Bulls fans have been yelling at him to do all season, which is the right thing. Therefore, then his man gets an easy layup or dunk because he did the right thing, and this Bulls team does not rotate. Therefore, the big men are the ones that get the easy bucket or layup or whatever. So, just calling out all Bulls Nation right now. For some odd reason, a lot of Bulls fans are like, this game's on Kobe White, or this game's on Wendell Carter Jr., or this game's on the bench because they didn't bring it tonight because our bench is usually so good. Like, now, you can't blame individual groups, players, or even the coaching staff. This is just on strictly every single player on the Bulls roster that played tonight. They should all be getting the blame because none of them brought it defensively, and this was a terrible way to start off the second half because a lot of people are thinking, the Bulls should be making a playoff run. And I agree that they should be. Not saying this should be a guaranteed playoff spot, but they should be making a run for the playoffs, and not being able to defend a 76ers team with no Ben Simmons or Joel Embiid, giving up 121 points. That's not on one player. That's on the entire team that played tonight. So, very quick video. That's all I really have to say. I'm very livid right now. Bulls offense, I thought, was pretty okay throughout the entire game. As you shoot, the shooting splits was pretty good. Assists were there. The turnovers were a problem, yes, but I mean, I can't really talk about the turnovers tonight when you give 127 points to the 76ers team with no All-Stars playing tonight. That can't happen at all. So, horrible job by the entire team. I don't want to hear anything else about tonight. Don't be going at just one individual player at all. You got to be going at the entire team tonight. That's fair criticism. Going after just one player, saying that they were the only player that played bad defense tonight, that's unfair criticism. Sorry, Bulls Nation, but if you hate on one player, you know what? You can hate on that person, but you got to be hating on the rest of the team for their poor defensive effort tonight. So, hope you guys enjoyed my rant. But if you did enjoy the video, make sure you hit that like button. If you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button. I'm sorry, I'm not happy right now. This was horrible. I'm livid with this performance. I don't even know when the Bulls play next because I really don't care. I almost don't even want to watch it just due to how bad this performance was tonight. I'm not even worried about this team offensively, even though they put up 105. They got to work out some kinks, but it's nothing concerning. What is concerning is 127 points to the 76ers with no All-Stars playing tonight. So I'll see you guys in the next Bulls video. Hopefully it's about a Bulls win. See you guys then. Peace.